You know, I was hoping I was going to start this video with the news of Rezlock is back, baby! But alas, Rezlock is not back. What is up, YouTube? Matty here, and today we are going over the ultimate PvP build for Solar 3.0 Warlocks. Now, I spent a lot of time going back and forth on what build I'm going to focus on when using Warlocks this season. They added a few new abilities and synergized some others for a very specific style of play, so let's get into the details and explain what I'm rocking this season and why. First, I have to say, dang, this menu screen looks so damn good. You gotta appreciate it. Okay, first thing is first, and that's the first slot ability. We're gonna be sticking with Healing Rift here. And you may be asking me, why, Matty, when we have this cool new Shadow Dive-esque like thing that could make you blah blah blah. Listen, guys. Warlock, specifically Top Tree Dawn, is literally the whole package, the whole snack. You can move fast, heal yourself every 10 to 30 seconds, throw out fire from the fingies, and look good doing it. And you don't need to sacrifice yourself here for a Shadow Dive wannabe Phoenix Dive. I'll get more into why you shouldn't when we get to the aspects, as the Phoenix Dive synergizes with a specific aspect which calls for a certain style of play. Not there yet, so we're moving on. Next up, we're gonna stick with Burst Glide to give us that slight boost when running and jumping so we can glide all nice-like. Third on the abilities list is gonna be Celestial Fire, and before you comment that Incinerator Snap is better, stop it. No, it's not, and let me show you why so that I never have to say this again. This season, Celestial Fire was buffed big time, and not in the damage sense, but in the range sense. Here's a clip of me scoping it at 100 meters, seeing if I can throw 2 fiery tickle fingers at my buddy and taking him down to 1 health, because these things have no damage fall off or real range caps. 100 meters, let's see if we can hit him from here. 1, 2... And here's a clip of me using Incinerator Snap. Reminds you of like those $20 fireworks, don't it? It's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice. If I'm surrounded perfectly by 4 to 5 scary enemies, I'll go ahead and snap my little fingies, giving them all a little mild sunburn. It'll be great. Trust me. So all in all, Celestial Fire is sticking with us all the way through this season. Now for the last slot, this was a toughie, and you can change this to whatever you are most comfortable with. I use Firebolt Grenade as I'm a nostalgic sucker of my Destiny 1 Warlock with Viking Funeral and my sweet, sweet Thorn 2-tapping and throwing out a nade. Ah, those were the good old days. Anyway, you can use whichever grenade you like best, as we now have access to every single one. Enjoy. Moving on to the aspects, it gets really simple, and I'll tell you at the end of the aspect selection why. First up, we're picking Touch of Flame. Why? Well, glad you asked. With this aspect, you now have an enhanced grenade no matter which you choose. Healing Nade? Well, now it improves the strength of Cure and Restoration. Solar Grenade increases the duration of the nade itself and chucks a few blobs of lava out in random directions around the perimeter. Fusions will explode twice, and Firebolt nades have a much larger search radius and maximum target count to affect as many corner-hiding Andes that it can find. Second on the aspect choice is Icarus Dash. I cannot tell you how much fun it is to use. I did make a video on how to move with Icarus and how exactly to do a fast dash. I'll go ahead and link that down below for those that may not have mastered the movement just yet. Keep in mind that was back when there was 2 dashes, but it's still the same principle with the movement and dash itself. Now here comes the explanation onto why we did not pick the Phoenix Dive. Basically, you can double Icarus Dash and float in the air for literally forever if you keep killing enemies. It has a 30-second cooldown timer, and if you can get in the right spot for PvE at least, you can float there for literally forever. Wanna see?
2 hours later.
Yeah, I told you, it was a long time. This all sounds neat, but let me tell you why it's not such a good idea for PvP unless you play a specific style. Now, if you use Heat Rises, this must be paired with Phoenix Dive. Why? Well, when you Phoenix Dive after consuming your grenade for Heat Rises, it allows you to gain Restoration as well as scorching targets as you land. So, jump up, you Phoenix Dive down, you get Restoration, and for the poor suckers at your feet, they get, you know, a little bit of a burn. So, heals you, your teammates, and does a little sunburn on the ground. This is great if you're a PvE healer paired with a healing nade, and you want to cosplay Mercy in Destiny 2. But that's not you. And that's not me either. It's neither of us. So let's move on to the good stuff and stop talking about all this healing stuff. Blech. Fragments. We have Ember of Beams to start, which allows my solar super projectiles to have a stronger target acquisition. How much stronger? Let me show you. This is a back-to-back comparison showing without Ember of Beams and then with. With, you see a nasty curve, which, believe me, allows you to never miss with your Dawn Blade again. This is a must, as well as adding a plus 10 to your intellect. Second pick is going to be Ember of Combustion. This allows final blows with our Dawn Blade to cause the target we just killed to ignite, which means they explode and do damage to the surrounding area, and hopefully that Titan that's just sitting behind his barricade. This bad boy adds a plus 10 to strength. On the third slot, we're looking at Ember of Eruption. See a little pattern happening? This allows our solar ignitions to have an increased area of effect, meaning those explosions, they now have a larger area of damage, and it adds a nice plus 10 to strength as well. And to finish it off, we have Ember of Torches, which when landing a powered melee, cue all those plus 10 strengths from earlier, you now make you and your nearby allies radiant. What's radiant? It allows your weapons to be enhanced by the Sick Dude Traveler and deal increased damage to whoever is unlucky enough to match you in PvP. Woo! That's a lot of info, guys. I know. If you have any questions this far, let me know down in the comments. It's a new season, guys. Gonna be a lot of info. I know. My advice is, at the moment, floating in the air for a long time is just not the play for PvP. Yes, it can work on some maps for a short time, but seeing how you can just be up there for 30 seconds at a time, it's just too long for PvP. So what did we learn about Solar 3.0? Well, it's the same as top tree abilities as previous seasons, but this time we get a buffed Seeking Super that will explode your enemies into giant balls of fire with a rangeless celestial fire. We can call this an absolute victory for top tree Dawn mains for Solar 3.0. Well, guys, I really hope this helps and was useful. Let me know down below if this build worked for you, and if you rock something else, let me know down in the comments too. I'm curious, guys. I want to know what your builds are. We will be going over a Hunter and a Titan build for Solar 3.0 in the next week or so, just so that I can catch up and explore all the possibilities for those characters and their new aspects as well. So, as always, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. But wait a second, one more thing. Really quick, guys. I know I have to do this, but this video was brought to you by Factor 75. They cook healthy, delicious, and freshly made meals and ship it right to your door. You can get 4 to 18 meals a week depending on your busy schedule, and using my code will get you up to $120 off your first order. Guys, that's free food. Link will be down in the bio if you want to try it out. It helps support me, guys. It helps support the channel, the stream. I would appreciate it. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.